Hey, good morning everybody. It's Carl. Welcome to the kitchen. That means we're probably making coffee today. Yes, we're making coffee. All right, so first of all, happy Monday everybody. Hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah. Anyway, so got a chance to do a little bit of thrift store shopping, and I found some really cool coffee making stuff. I wanted to go over that right quick with you before we started brewing. Found this really nice IKEA mocha pot, 6-cup stainless steel. It's in great condition. About the only, couple little things, there's a small dent right there. And just a little bit of discoloration. I don't know if you can see it inside the pot, but other than that, it's in great shape. It took me forever to clean. I had to boil like a million pots of water through it, and a lot of just cleaning before it's ready to use. But it's ready to use, and we'll be using that in another video. But what are we going to do today? Well, I'm really excited. Sorry, I had to check the water. I'm really excited because I'm going to make coffee a way that I've never made it before. I've been, researching coffee, trying to find different brewing methods and stuff. And I ran across something I'd never seen before. It's the Puerto Rican way of making coffee. And the traditional way they do it in Puerto Rico is they have a filter called a Colador, or a Colador, which essentially means strainer. They also call it a sock or a miedo, and it's a flannel filter, usually with wire or plastic or wood ring, and you put the coffee in there and then you pour the hot water over. They also use these in Cuba and Spain and a couple other places where you make like cowboy coffee. You boil the coffee in water and then you strain it through into the cup or the pot. So in order to make the Puerto Rican coffee with the Colador, you need a device called a Chorreador or a Chorreador. And that's essentially a stand for the sock. I looked online. Those things are kind of expensive. Apparently if you go on vacation to Puerto Rico, they're pretty cheap. You can buy them made out of metal or wood, and the price varies. To order a wooden one from Amazon is about $50. A lot of people make them out of scrap wood. I'm not a handy guy. I don't have access to tools or a lot of scrap wood because I live in an apartment. So I really was trying to figure out a way to make a Chorreador on the cheap and not have to pay $50, but I really wanted to try this method of brewing. So I hit the local thrift store, and I was actually looking for scrap wood and dowels and things like that to try and build one, and I ran across this thing. I do not know what this is, but it's metal, and it's the perfect height, which is about 11 or 12 inches here. It's got about a 2.5 inch ring, which is perfect for the sock to fit in. So I picked it up for $3.99 and figured it might make a pretty decent Chorreador. And that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to get brewing with that. And since we're making Costa Rican coffee, or Costa Rican style coffee, we're going to be using Costa Rican beans from Java Beans and Joe. Yeah, I know they're not fresh roasted. Bought them at the grocery store, but you know what? This company makes pretty decent beans, and they're nitrogen packed, so they're as fresh as they can be without being fresh roasted. Locally. And they say you should use your beans within a couple of weeks of roasting. Nitrogen packed beans, as good as it's going to get for me today. I like this company. Their beans are always really good. So Costa Rican beans, medium roast. How are we going to do it? Well, sorry, my water is almost ready. I got 45 grams of beans ground in the hand grinder. I really like this hand grinder, if the silicone bottom would stay on. We're going to use about 740 mils of water, and we're going to brew it into the Mr. Coffee 5-cup coffee pot, because, I drink my 5 cups a day. We're going to do the pour over. So the water is almost ready, 200 degrees. Let's get brewing. So let me get the camera rearranged, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so it's kind of an awkward angle. Sorry you guys get to look at my fat belly the whole time, but I wanted to get the whole shot in. So anyway, 45 grams of nice medium coarse ground, medium to medium coarse ground coffee. The only reason I'm using the scoop is to try not to make a huge mess. This is my first time ever doing this, so bear with me. pressed in. Make a little divot like anytime you're making a pour over. Make a little divot so that you can get the coffee completely soaked. All right, so I've got my water. It's at about 204 degrees, which is a little hot, but that's okay. Let me get my timer. Hang on one second. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of water to get the bloom. There we go. And we'll start that and give that about 30 seconds or so. Gosh, I wish you guys could see how much carbon dioxide is being released. I'm going to add a little bit more water. Just, see, we're starting to get a little drip there. And that's all right. We were about 20 seconds into the bloom anyway. So you bloom your water for about 20 seconds. And then 20 to 30 seconds, and then you start to pour. And you just do a nice even pour. So the thing about the Colador is it's a flannel sock, and you never wash it, apparently. So you rinse it after every use, and you dry it. You let it air dry, and everything I've read says that it should be completely dry by the time you use it the next time. So if you use it every day, they recommend you have two, so that you can use one while the other one is drying. And that's it. And I've also seen other methods where you strain it through a couple of times. Like you'll take your pot and then you'll pour another pot through until you get it to the desired strength. I'm just going to do one pour on this one to see what happens. And ideally the pour should take a few minutes. I don't remember all the exact times, but I like pour over coffees. I'm not the most proficient at it. There is a technique and a skill to get all the times right and everything. So, but that's it, man. This is a coffee Puerto Rican style through a Colador using a Chorreador. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. The coffee looks good. It's got a nice dark color. It's a medium dark roast, so it won't be as dark as I'm used to. That's okay. Right now we're about 2 minutes into the pour. Whenever I'm making pour overs, I always get a little bit nervous that the carafe is going to be overflowed, but I measured the water before I boiled it, so if it overflows, I don't know what happened. But like I said, this is 45 grams of coffee to about 740 mils of water, so roughly a 16-to-1 ratio, which is, you know, the golden ratio. Alright, that's the end of the water. It's the end of the pour. And we're at about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Gosh, I'm excited. Alright, I'm going to let that finish straining, and I'll reset the camera and we'll pour a cup. All right, we're done steeping, brewing, pouring, dripping, whatever you want to call it. So here's the finished result. It's got a nice color. Give it a pour. I hate this pot. I love my coffee pot, but this pot is the drippingest son of a gun ever. Hang on one second, let me get a towel. Gotta clean up that mess. All right, beautiful. It's a beautiful cup of coffee. Let's see how it goes. Very good. That is a nice cup of coffee. If I had to do anything different again, I may grind a little bit finer and maybe pour just a tad bit slower. It doesn't taste weak. It doesn't taste... Got just a touch of sourness on the back end. So I think my grind is a little off, or my pour is a little fast. But that's a good cup of coffee for the first try. I'm going to say that's a success. Very interesting way to make coffee. I know it's just a simple pour over. Nothing new, nothing crazy, but it's a pour over with something as simple as a cloth cone. So I thought it was kind of cool. It was worth giving a shot. I'll brew in it, maybe not every day, but at least 7 more times so I can get my money's worth. Got about $4 invested into the Chorreador, or the stand, and about $2 and some change invested into the filter. So there you go. That's, for me, 7 uses to break even. It's a good cup of coffee. I'm sure I'll get 7 uses out of it for sure. Anyway, that's what I got today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday and the rest of your week. Drink coffee, drink tea, drink whatever you want. Just don't drink and drive. I don't know why I threw that in there, but have a great week. I'll see you later. Thanks for your support, your time, and your views, all that good stuff. I hope you have a great day. God bless. We'll see you next time.